Hello, hello. Hey, how are you doing? Why am I even laughing? Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for watching my video. Of late, you've noticed that I'm really doing a lot of videos. I'm just at home, and this is how I'm trying to pass time. And I'm also happy to share with you my so many tips and also learning from you. That is why I'm making these videos. And it's just something I'm loving of late. So this is my hair currently. I don't know how it looks, but I think I look good with no makeup. Oh, but I'm fine. Anyway, straight to the topic. The reason as to why I'm making this video is to share with you some hilarious or what can I say, things that I wish I knew as a first-time mom before I became a first-time mom. That is before or during the process of pregnancy and maybe delivery. But funnily enough, these things, when it comes to parenting, you only learn them when you're on the journey actually. But especially taking care of the baby, things that happen to you, changes in your body, you'll just get to know them as you go through them. There is no ultimate manual or a standard way of how our body changes or mental and so many things. It's per person experience. That's why I'm sharing with you mine. It might be same as yours, it might not be the same. There is no problem, there's no fault, it's just my experience. So welcome to this channel. Feel free to like, comment, and let us be interacting, let us share. And I appreciate my new subscribers. I love you so much. I'm really appreciating you, even my old subscribers. Kindly let's stay tuned. I know it's not the best, but I will be improving as time goes by. Okay, let's get to the video. So now there are so many things I didn't know before I had a baby. And even when I had my firstborn, that is, I'm talking of my firstborn now, before I became a mother. Let me just use that. I think that is simpler. Before I became a mother. And I've learned some of them and most of them along the way. And what I can say about parenting in general is that it is a journey, like I've mentioned earlier. You learn it as you go. Your experience may be different from mine. It doesn't have to be the same. It doesn't have to be out of this world or whatever I think. But let me tell you something for sure. There is no manual. You are the best parent. You are the best mother to your child. And there's just wisdom that comes from God the moment you give birth to your child. It just comes, how to take care of your baby and everything. So never get worried. Even these things that I'm sharing, is not that I'm really regretting as much. It's not that I feel so bad about them. But it's just to share. And I love laughing about them. Now, the first thing I didn't know. This one night I felt so ignorant. And I blamed myself for not knowing it. When I went to the hospital, my first baby was a normal delivery. So when I went to the hospital, I didn't know that what they used to measure your dilation is these two fingers. Is it these two or these two? No, these two fingers. Whew, I didn't know, imagine. Well, the camera is a bit dark. I hope, kindly bear with me, it's because of the sun, it's a bit fluctuating. Bear with me about the lighting. So, as I was saying, I didn't know that they use these two fingers. Why didn't I even check or find out? I was too lazy for that, right? That was a bit lazy for me to have ignored that. I didn't know. So, the doctor came. The doctor came. And because I had blood pressure and I had to be admitted, it was sort of an emergency. I wasn't ready for it. Now they kept on checking. So the first doctor came. He was a gentleman. So he came and told Lydia, you know what? We want to check how far you are in terms of dilation. So I was like, okay, let us do it. Then he told me to pull up my dress. I pulled it up. I was so ignorant. I didn't know all this time. So I pulled it up, and let me tell you, akaingiza mkono, it was a bit painful. And I was like, so when he came the second time, I told him, is there any other way you can do this? And you know what he asked me? Have you ever heard of any way? Maybe you can tell me. I felt, for the first time, I felt like it was a bit rude for him to respond like that. But again, later on I came to learn there was none. There was none. It was me who didn't do my homework well. Oh, okay. That was quite embarrassing for me, but it is never a good experience. You know, anything, for me personally, anything that goes down there that needs to be inserted or anything, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it at all. The only one that I like, you know, hiyo tu. But the other ones, easy vitu za kuingiza, no, I don't like it. It's not a very good experience for most women, yeah. Another thing that I wish I knew, I have a Mwakenya here, is I didn't know that after I gave birth, when I'm breastfeeding my child, my uterus will still be contracting. Like, I don't know if you've given birth normally. Maybe you can share with me down there. Have you given birth normally? And if so, did you experience this continuous contraction? More especially when you're breastfeeding your child. Well, that was an experience for me. I knew that after I've given birth, labor and these are my pains zimeisha. Well, wait until I was breastfeeding. You will feel this contraction is still coming on, though the intensity is not as the labor, but it is still uncomfortable. You can just be holding something so, yani we hold too heavy so that pain goes away. And you know you have to breastfeed the baby. So I asked the nurses and they told me your uterus is still contracting. Your hormones, so many things, there's a lot of hormone release during labor, and by the time the baby is out, they don't just disappear immediately. So it takes time for it to go back, your uterus also to get to normal operation, if I may use that word. So that is another thing that I didn't know. It pained. Mine took about, I can say that mine took about, was it a week? I didn't even know when it disappeared, but I think for a week I was feeling that pain. So it makes breastfeeding uncomfortable, but you have to do it. You just have to breastfeed your baby. It was not something that I anticipated, but it happened and I was past it. I am strong. The third thing that I didn't know, that after delivery, my breast will be painful. They will be all gorged because these are my breasts. So I didn't know that after delivery, my breast will be so full. Of course, they were big enough before I gave birth because they were adapting and adjusting and all that. The moment I gave birth, milk supply started coming in after 3 days, I guess. Yeah, it was after 3 days that there was that frequent supply of milk. So it was so full and it was so painful. More especially my left breast was so painful until I feared giving my son to suck. The moment he would hold the nipple, it was so painful. And at times I decided not to be giving him, and I noticed I was killing myself more because it becomes full and full and full until you can see vein, and this other one is empty. And the nurses kept on encouraging me to keep on giving the baby, but the moment you give the baby to suck, they will hold it like this, suck it without mercy because they don't care what is happening. All they want is food. It was an experience. Sometimes you breastfeed and veins are all over you, but it's a nice experience. It is a bittersweet experience, Another thing I didn't know, I didn't know that after birth my stomach will be dark. I don't know, I didn't even have that thought in my mind that I knew after delivery I would just be back and boom, back to who I used to be. When I got home, after a few weeks now is when I'm noticing my belly. My belly was so dark. Until I was even embarrassed to even show it off. More especially, I won't be naked near my partner. I won't. Because I was so scared about my stomach. I was scared about my stomach. For real. Yani ilikuwa nyeusi. I think it's because of the stretching. So when it goes back, it becomes darker. Ilikuwa nyeusi. for quite some time. I don't even remember when it faded and it went back. I think when the skin was well, went back, it also disappeared, but it will be dark. If you're pregnant right now, I know you know, and if you don't know like me, it will be dark for some time because of the stretching of the belly and all that. And I also do not just word on it that my stomach will be big for some time. Ooh. My stomach, yes, I didn't have a very tiny stomach before I gave birth, but this time after giving birth, oh, my stomach is still hugging. It's like I have another baby already. It is dark-ish. I didn't know. I didn't know about that. So it happens. It's normal because of the stretching of the baby. Your stomach is also will be big because the uterus expanded. It takes time to go back. So it does happen. I didn't know about the exhaustion. Hey, due to lack of sleep. Is it lack of sleep? Yeah, lack of sleep. Majorly, it was lack of. I was so exhausted most of the time. My baby will cry. Like I mentioned on my other video, my delivery video and depression video. If you have not watched those videos, kindly just check those videos. I have some videos on my experiences of delivery and depression. So I didn't, my baby will cry at night. He won't sleep. He was uncomfortable. There were so many things put on his hands. They were uncomfortable. He couldn't move his hands. Sometimes it's paining and all that. I couldn't sleep. And as a result, I was exhausted. I would be exhausted all the time because at night I'm not sleeping. During the day, I'm also not sleeping. The baby's not sleeping all the time. He will be crying because I have to go for physio. I have to take care of him and all that. But if you just give birth normally and your kid is fine, the best thing for you to do so that you're not very exhausted is to let your husband help. Or if you have a nanny or someone who is helping you out, let them be free to give them the baby to help you. I know as mothers we have this thing of, no, I want to hold my baby myself. I want to bond with the baby. The baby will bond with you. You are the mother. You are the one breastfeeding. At a bond too. But give time. Let them hold the baby. Relax. You are still healing, mama. You are not doing anything worse by letting people help you. Another thing to help you out of exhaustion is sleep. When the baby is sleeping. I know it sounds cliche to some people, but it is really crucial. Woo. Maybe I never used to sleep during the day, normally. But after giving birth, I would force myself to sleep. Of course, I was exhausted, so I will sleep. But if you are a new mom, sorry about the lighting. I know it keeps on changing because of the light of the sun. It's brighter now. So just let them help you. And another thing you can do, sleep when the baby sleeps. Sorry. Another thing that you can do, I've learned of this recently. I don't know how to do it, but I know many mothers are doing it. Sleep train your child. It might be hectic the first few days, but sleep training helps you find time to relax and come back to yourself and pick up your normal life. Okay? So these are the things that will help you. I didn't know about all this, and I'm learning them this time, and I wish I knew about them. Another thing that I didn't know, hey, this one, I didn't know that my breast will be leaking at night because of excess milk. Hey, what? I was leaking like a tap. So it happens, though I didn't know. I'd never given birth before. I didn't know all these things, but it happened to me. I was leaking like crazy because you know what? After you eat at night, your baby will, mostly at night, my sons will not suck so much. And milk will accumulate. Unakunywa maji, unafanya nini, milk is accumulating and all that. So at night when you sleep, your body is relaxed and everything is relaxing, milk ooze out. How did I handle it? What I did, I invested much on breast pads. Another thing that I did was I made sure I had a mattress protector. I also made sure that I changed my linen every day, every single day. Hey, I had a linen I will change, and I had a towel that I dedicated purely a white towel. So I would always spread it where I know my breast will be lying, so that I don't, yes, so that I don't mess my bed sheet. Another thing that you can do that I learned later on is, if you're thinking of storing your milk, that is the right time to start pumping out. Don't let them just your milk to be flowing out, because the baby, it will be excess sometimes and the baby will not be taking it enough. So what you do, just start pumping out the milk and storing them well in your freezer. It will be a great help when you start walking, or you start going out, or maybe when you don't have enough supply of milk. So just keep on pumping when it is enough and in excess, and storing them in your fridge. But this normally happens, so don't feel bad when you see this happening, and don't feel like you're so dirty. It happens. Just make sure that you don't really mess yourself by investing on much of these pads. You need to add breast pads that it will help you to soak them out. Another one that I didn't know, clothes, baby clothes. When I shopped for my firstborn, I shopped for some clothes were really tiny and I was persuaded to buy them because they looked so beautiful. I think those ones are just meant for teddy bears like these ones. There are some clothes that are meant for this kind of teddy bears, but for you, when you have a baby, hey, I'm telling you, you will need to buy. When you're shopping, a tip that I learned later on, after my kid outgrew those clothes so far, is that you can do 3 months. You can start shopping from few little clothes, but then 3 months and above is good size. It will give you time to heal before you go shopping. It will also give time for the baby to grow in them. So that is a tip that you want to steal or to have. Don't buy very tiny clothes. I did that mistake and I don't want you to do that mistake, okay? Another thing that I didn't know is I didn't know that there were breastfeeding supplement, nutrient supplements. You know, the moment I gave birth, that is the moment I dropped all my supplements. I didn't take iron, I didn't take any of my supplement. But then I've come to learn that it's recommended that you continue taking the supplement, or if not, ask them to give you breastfeeding supplement. It helps you with all the nutrients level. Iron, like personally, my iron levels are always low. So if I knew, I would have continued to take them, so that you don't look so dull, so old, and so everything, because the baby is taking these nutrients from you, so you need to supply. And with the supplement, you need to take healthy foods, green veggies, fruits, because you know you're healing and someone is taking these things from you. You need to refill. Fill your cup by taking this supplement. That is something that I'm knowing right now. If I give birth again, I will be taking the supplement, though it's a bit tiring to keep on kumeza dawa every day. But what will we do? Nita do. Hakuna. Another thing that I will I didn't know. This is the 8th one. Is the other one? There's something that I didn't know. You know, I was not communicating to my people around me on my feelings and what I need, what I want. I thought I had it all together. You know, as a mother, you know, you've given birth. All of a sudden, you know how to take care of this baby. You know how to breastfeed the baby. You know how to put the baby to sleep. When the baby just did, you already know what the baby wants. Of course, yeah, I agree that it comes from God, like I mentioned earlier. But hey, you need to communicate what is happening. If you feel exhausted, if you feel overwhelmed, tell them. If it's your husband, if it's your mom or anyone, just tell them exactly what you feel. They will come through for you. There's no need to pretend that you have it all together, then you end up depressed. Personally, I ended up depressed. I was so depressed. Ooh, I was depressed. Check out my video and you'll see what happened to me when I was depressed, what I used to do. So just tell them, communicate. If you don't like something, if something is happening, if you feel the baby is wobble, just communicate. Tell them, keep on saying. Even if I forget, keep on saying it. They will understand it. Okay, so this is my baby for today. I don't know its name. It's one of my sons. Do they call it a dog? This is a teddy bear to me as a woman. To them, this is a dog. Mara, sometimes it is a monkey. I don't know. It has several names, but they got it from my neighbor's house. My neighbor aliwapea, so they don't want to return it. So just to wrap it up, those are the things that I didn't know, and I wish this video educates you if you are expecting, and I wish you all the best in your journey. This camera, this lighting is disappointing. Let me try something else. Let me try. Yes, this is better. This is better. So as I was saying, just you are the best mom in this world. You're the best, and we can't agree anymore. But what I can tell you for sure is these are the things I didn't know about motherhood, being a first timer. But if you land on this video and watch it to the end, I know you've learned one or two things. You can do your research on them so that you know. Otherwise, I don't have much. It is a long video already. I don't want to make it any longer. Kindly subscribe, join the family, let us grow. Like this video, share with whoever needs to know. And I really love you from the bottom of my heart. Bye bye.